Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and today Penny's made another beer. What have you made today?
It's a bit of a clone on a clone, I guess, of my own clone.
Right, okay.
A clone and a clone and a clone and a clone.
It's like a Dolly the Sheep situation now, isn't it?
So, obviously, we'd done the blow-in raspberries before, which was just my simple recipe for a summer fruit wit beer.
Yeah.
Well, my mum goes September, October, I think it was. She goes, I've got all these blackberries. What can I do? What do you want to do with them? Do you want to make a pie or a cake, something like that? I said,
oh, do you like pies? Do you like cakes?
But would you I like more than those two?
What?
Beer.
Right. Okay.
Especially Belgian wit beers.
Okay.
So I went, well, no. I said, what I'll do, Mum, is I'll buy the ingredients. You give me the berries. I need about 1.2 kilograms, and I said, I'll give you half the loot. Give you half the beers.
Okay.
So she said, all right, okay. So I've pretty much followed the exact same recipe of the blow-in raspberries.
Link in the description down below.
The only difference is it's a different yeast, because I didn't really think there needed to be go on the expensive one. It was just a simple recipe. I don't think they would have appreciated it as much.
Because I think the first one you used a liquid yeast, which probably cost about £8 or £9.
Yes.
Okay.
This I've not. I've used the Mangrove Jacks, the M21.
Not a motorway.
No, which we just found out.
Yeah.
Which is about £2.90.
Wow.
So,
okay, so it's like
it's a third the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fairly big saving when you think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you want to talk about what goes in it, or should we just say?
Yeah. So it was. So I think it's literally simple. So it's 50% wheat, 50% pale malt.
Okay.
Nice and easy. And then I think you've got Hallertauer blanc for your bitter and hops.
That's kind of what we use for our bitter and hops 90% of the time. Because it's very cost effective for high alpha acid.
Exactly. So and then ferment high krausens when I add the blackberries. So I usually keep them frozen, get them out, heat them up into like a syrup, add them in, obviously during high krausen, and then I couldn't remember if I cold crashed last time or if I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did, because this time I was sieving out swollen blackberries, because they're not like raspberries just disintegrate. Yeah. Blackberries don't.
They soak up all the beer. And do they lose their colour? Because I've seen people make strawberry beers. The strawberries come out like white.
Yeah. So my clean hands went in, but I was constantly pouring it out. It must have been the most oxidised thing. So I was saying to you, I've not actually seen the colour of this because I'm drinking it in the dark, partly just to hide what it could potentially be. So you be the judge of whether, can you drink, does oxidation affect blackberry wit beers? You'll find out. So blackberries are a bit of a dodgy one to use. So I would cold crash if I made this again, most definitely, to drop them to the bottom.
For some reason, I've got in my head that Bruce Springsteen song, Dancing in the Dark, right? but just thinking about you drinking this beer, ever seen what it looks like? No, because I drank it in the dark.
Did you even walk into the kitchen with it? Nope. I just drank in the dark, babe. In the dark. Scared if it was oxygenated, yeah. Could be oxidized. Anyway.
Oh, I mean...
Yeah. I was fairly confident it was all right.
It's all right.
So this is bottle conditioned. So, and also, I love a tip from people. If you're in a rush and you decide to buy cheap from Amazon or somewhere for a cheap, what's it called, wand.
Bottling
one. Don't do it. Pay the extra £1 because they don't work.
They
just pop off, they leak everywhere, and you end up throwing it away and having to do it yourself. So, I mean...
This is a really nice... I mean, it's... So the blow-in raspberries, I'll pop a picture up on the screen.
The blow-in raspberries was cold crashed.
So blow-in raspberries was cold crashed, and obviously it's raspberries, not blackberries.
And it was a liquid yeast.
So. But I'm just going to pop a picture on the screen of the blow-in raspberries so you can see what that beer looked like. It was middle of summertime. It was a really bright, lovely day. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, fantastic beer. Yeah. Absolutely fucking mega. Right? This... The colour, it's almost like a cake, really, isn't it?
It's like, what's that cake you get? Velvet.
Red velvet.
Red velvet.
Yeah, I like a red velvet. But it's like, it's almost, this looks like a mixed fruit milkshake. Yeah. That's what it looks, because it's not like you can see much light through it. It's a dense, reddy colour with a slightly pink tinge to the head.
So my parents have had their half, and my dad drank it. This is the best beer you've ever made. Now, bear in mind, he doesn't get much of the draft beer.
Yeah, which is most of the beer.
So he's not had a lot. He's probably about 10, 20 different beers throughout the time, and he said this was the best one.
Okay.
And he had the blow-in raspberries. but he might not remember that. Well, looks wise, I think it is letting itself down a bit.
The fact that it's so
milkshakey,
so dense and milkshakey. I think if you'd have cold crashed,
it's not a great look, is it?
If you'd have cold crashed it, maybe it'd look a bit better. But I don't know. We'd have to make it again.
Yeah. But what the colour it does bring out, I mean, it's exactly what you'd want from a fruit. It is a nice purple, isn't it? So I'm going to be generous with myself for a change and give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 6.3. Sorry, mate. It's just so dense.
Okay.
And we are used to making beers that aren't.
Especially how clear we got that Stella. So
yeah, which we still haven't put a video out for.
I know,
still working on that. Aroma.
Yeah. Very sour, I would say.
You can definitely smell blackberries in there.
Yeah, I mean,
but yes, it is a sour smell.
But it's sour smell. But then, I mean, raspberries. Blackberries.
Blackberries.
Blackberries. They're not the most pungent of ones, is it? You could go in someone and go, "That's raspberry." You wouldn't smell necessarily and go, "Oh, that's blackberry flavour."
No. I love any kind of beer that you can make using stuff that you've foraged, or like because when I was younger, I used to make lots of like country wines and elderflower and elderflower wine and things like that. I'd go out and I'd pick and I'd make, and I've not done it for years and years and years. We've got a pear tree. We've got a pear tree in our garden, and it annoys me because the pears drop on the lawn and get in the way of the lawnmower. If I made something with the pears, it'd take the problem away, wouldn't it?
I think when I actually smell
it smells. It's a clean smell.
It's very clean, yeah.
There's no yeasty. And I know we've mixed the yeast in and put it in.
No
yeast.
Doesn't
smell yeasty.
I can't smell much of anything from the hops. I just smell that sort of very berry-esque.
Yeah.
It smells of berries.
It's like a 7.
Yeah,
it's like a 7.
I think 7. I think we're being.
Should we taste it?
Yeah.
In the light.
Yeah, in the light. Cheers.
Oh, wow. That's lovely. That's really nice.
Good combination.
Oh, you know when a burp gets stuck?
It's thick though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is thick. Oh, God, that burp's just still there. Oh, I think I might have ruptured something. Oh.
You can tell that it's got
it's got real fruit. You can tell it's real fruit.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Right, it's not. We've just done prior to this one. We just tasted a beer with like a syrup in there, flavoured syrup to get the fruit flavour.
Yeah,
you can tell this is real fruit.
Yeah, I think on a hot summer's day, that'd be really refreshing.
I just don't know how long it'd be. You'd probably have to do is get your blackberries and keep them in the freezer. I mean, obviously, if you bought your blackberries, you can buy frozen blackberries any time of year. But if you're going to make this stuff that you'd forage, you probably have to keep your blackberries in the freezer for 6 months.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5 months. And then, hang on, this burp's finally coming out. There it is. Oh, God, so much better. And then make it, rather than make it and then keep the beer. Because I think what we found with the blown raspberries was that
it gets tartier.
It started to get more and more tart the longer you kept it.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be a case of keep your fruit and make the beer later rather than make the beer and
and freeze is perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you've chances that you're freezing it, you might kill off a bit of the
wild yeast and stuff, yeah. Well, if you're going to heat it up though, if you're going to boil it before you put it in, it should be fine anyway. But yeah, this is lovely. This is really nice. Yeah. How much have you got left?
Of those bottles?
Yeah.
Quite a few. Do you want some?
I think I'll have some of those.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's good.
So I think I would give this 8.7.
Yeah, I get an 8.5.
Yeah, I think it's really tasty.
Really, really good. And I don't know, because the thing is, I've always been not a big fan of the idea of fruit beers, but I think fruity wheats, like a fruit,
we're on something here, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're on something.
I think a fruit wit's good. You did another one that we never tried, didn't you?
Oh, we did a peach beer, but that wasn't a wit. That was a peach ale.
Oh, was it? Maybe that's where you went wrong.
Could be. Could be.
Peachy wheat.
Peach ale.
Maybe make a peach wheat, or do you think dark fruits would be better?
I think you're getting into the. It was really thick, and the peach, like emulsified, like it sort of like
just a goo.
Yeah,
peachy goo at the bottom.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like berries at all in the video. It was just like I don't think you could do it with mango, either.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be too thick, and it'd just be like it's. it doesn't break down the same.
If you're a pro and you've got all the equipment, you probably can. But for us, when you're at a homebrew level, it's probably...
you'd have to put it through a sieve and stuff like that and get it out. It'd be like Marcus Waring when you get on MasterChef, you're making that sort of silky bisque.
I'm trying to think of what they might be making. A velouté.
Berry bisque, yeah.
A velouté, peach velouté beer.
So,
bluest eyes in the world, Marcus Waring, isn't he?
He's what, sorry?
He's got the bluest eyes in the world.
Other than that guy from the Bake Off, he's got quite...
Paul Hollywood?
Yeah, I don't know. Are these our man crushers?
Maybe.
Hey, moving on. But if you were to serve that at a Belgian... If you'd gone to like a Belgian bar in the UK, or, if you went to Nomen Away...
Yep.
And you had that on draft.
Oh, yeah. You'd be loving it.
You'd be loving it, wouldn't you? You go, that's outstanding.
Absolutely. Really You'd order it, they'd charge you £7.90 for a pint of it as well.
Wouldn't they? Yeah. So, well, talking of price, how much he was? Obviously, I've not got the raspberries and the blackberries. Because
so the blackberries are free, aren't they?
Blackberries are free.
It's a dry yeast.
And I think anyone can... Blackberries are everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah. If you live anywhere near a canal or a path, you live near a path.
Country path, or something like that, Just would stay away from anywhere that's near a motorway or a road.
Yeah, if you're away from traffic, go forage. And I would probably say make a beer with whatever fruit it is that you find, whatever dark fruit that as long as it's safe, right? Try it. Because we've done, I say we, the royal we, right? You have done raspberries and blackberries. But if you're out there and you find any kind of like red currants or strawberries, you could probably do if you wanted to as well.
I think
less in the wild those strawberries, aren't they? Because someone generally needs to do something to cultivate them.
I think so. I usually go off 1.2 kilograms for 10 litres.
Yep.
So I would say, judging the size of the packet, it's probably about 3 poo bags. That's a fair measurement. And everyone knows what
a poo bag's like.
Yeah, dog poo bag. So I reckon there's 1 in 4 people have got dogs. So if you have 3 poo bags, if you have 6 poo bags, you can do 20 litres or 19 litres.
Empty poo bags.
Oh God. Sending it in. Yeah, does that taste right?
Got home, you open the freezer a month later and there's just 3 bags of shit. Charlotte. Oh, threw the big ones away.
Oh, yeah. God.
Oh, right.
So price, 54p a pint.
So it's 20 quid.
It's 20. Well, it was 20 quid for the yeast and the grain and the hops.
And the tiny bit of hop that goes into it.
Yeah.
Because we've done a couple of wits that were like spiced Belgian wits. There's none of that in there. There's no orange peel or coriander or anything like that, is there? It's just malt, hops, yeast, water and fruit.
Yeah, because on the blown raspberries, I did have peppercorn. I couldn't taste it, so I just didn't bother.
No, there was no peppercorn that was noticeable in that beer.
Yeah.
20 quid, 54p a pint. I'd be all over that.
I think 9 for me.
Yeah, I think it's an 8.9. It's not quite God tier. Sorry, mate. It's but 8.9 is really good.
Yeah.
And it is.
Because obviously Succession is a bit of a tough one really because it's a really nice tasting beer. It's really fresh, like you're saying, and but it's not light and it's quite heavy. So where are you going to balance it at?
And also, when I'm trying to think, is it a summer beer?
I think so.
Is it a winter beer?
No.
So now, when it's minus, 5 degrees outside?
Could you imagine swigging one of those on a walk or something like that?
Not today. No. In the summer, though, blazing hot day.
Or spring or anything like that.
Yeah, anywhere that isn't minus 5.
Yeah.
I reckon I could probably have 4.
Yeah.
4, I think.
4.
Sorry,
it just reminds me of Alan Partridge when it's like...
Tell you what. I think I'd have 4 of them.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm going to go, because it's my own, it's going to get a bonus 0.5.
What's the most you've had? Because you've clearly had this beer already, haven't you?
Yeah, I've not had many though, because we had obviously a mass production of beer we had so many beers to go through. It was all coming left, right and centre. We were literally, I was brewing one weekend, you were brewing, I was brewing, and it was just continuous.
Tough life being an oyster.
I know. So I've actually not had many, but I think I could have 5 easily, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not too strong. I think it's about the 5% mark-ish, so...
It's nice. It's good.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
So, obviously if you've got, a forage beer, how to make a forage beer.
How to make a foraged fruit beer.
There we go.
Nice.
There we go. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
I think so. 1 second. What's this in the tree here? Just that. Here's the oyster score.
There we go. We've actually not mentioned the tree, have we?
It's Christmas.
Yeah. 10 days away.
10 days away.
11 days. 11 days.
You need me to make you a beer.
Yes.
Oh, best make a video about that. Yeah, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Not yet, so I'm going to save it for the Christmas video. That we filmed before this one.
Don't make me snuffed on myself again.
Yeah.
Smash like.
Can't believe we've got in-jokes on a video too.
Smash like, hit subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. Get them to tell a friend. And in no time we'll have...
If you have a friend that's got lots of berries, watch this video and go round.
Oh yeah, if your nan's got a big bush.
Just prickly one.
Big prickly bush. Go around there.
Pick a berries.
And yeah, do that. Cheers everyone. Oysters out.